In this 38th edition of the Giants 100th anniversary celebration, we are going to talk about a coach that rose from the ashes and became something great. Coming up in just a moment, we have Vince Lombardi's rise to greatness.
This is the Pigskin Daily History Dispatch, a podcast that covers the anniversaries of American football events throughout history. Your host, Darren Hayes, is podcasting from America's North Shore to bring you the memories of the gridiron, one day at a time.
Hello, my football friends. This is Darren Hayes of PigskinDispatch.com. Welcome once again to the Pig Pen, your portal to positive football history, and welcome to another edition where we get to talk about the Giants 100th anniversary celebration. And yes, we're going to talk about Green Bay Packers head coach Vince Lombardi. But let's do a little bit of history rewind on this and go back a few years before he is with the Green Bay Packers and when he is with the New York Giants. Yes, the New York Giants. Surprisingly, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. Tom Landry, who became the 29-year head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, had a great success, won some Super Bowls with the Dallas Cowboys. He was the defensive coordinator with the New York Giants. On the other side of the ball was Vince Lombardi. Yes, that Vince Lombardi, that the trophy of the team that wins the National Football League each year, the Super Bowl champions, get the Lombardi trophy. It's Vince Lombardi. Now, he was such a great coordinator, and it's really the rise to power that he had was with the Giants. He really learned a lot. So if we go to 1953, Steve Owen is still the head coach of the Giants, and he is, sort of calling all the shots as everything going through him. And the Giants had a 3-9 record. They were fifth in the NFL East, and their points for, they were 12 out of 12 teams in the NFL, last place in scoring. So the Giants, that handshake agreement they had with Steve Owen for all those years, they let that go to the side. Steve Owen is no longer the coach. 1954, it's Jim Lee Howell, and Jim Lee Howell hires on Lombardi as his offensive coordinator, hires on Landry as his defensive coordinator. They go from that 3-9 record in 53. They're 7-5 in 1954 in the first season, third in the NFL. And get this, their points for, they went from 12 out of 12 to 6 out of 12. Lombardi's influence on that offense. The following year, 1955, they rise up to third in the NFL in points scored. Again, some big influence on it. A 6-5-1 record, not really exactly where they wanted to be record-wise, but Lombardi's having some influence on that offense. And finally, in 1956, they ended up going 8-3-1, first in the NFL East, win the championship game over the Chicago Bears 47-7. So that's scoring some points. And they are fifth out of 12 in points scored. But when you score 47 points in a championship game against the vaunted Chicago Bears, that's doing something. That is the influence of Vince Lombardi on an offense. Now, he played a pivotal role in making them rise in just those 3 short years to win a National Football League championship, working closely with Tom Landry and Jim Lee Howell, the head coach, and turning that team around. Now, he helped them win that 1956 championship. He's offensive innovation. It was introducing some innovation, some offensive strategies and techniques, and sort of being a specialist that really the first time the Giants have a coordinator on offense that's not the head coach sort of calling the shots. They have a specialist focusing on the offense and getting him in there. And what a great guy to have is doing that. Now, he had such a strong reputation and strong willpower. Now, we talked about it last week when we talked to Larry Schmitt about Sam Huff. When Sam Huff was a rookie, him and a couple of the other rookies, they were getting ready to bail out of training camp, and they were heading to the airport. And who intercepts them? It's Vince Lombardi, who inspires them to turn around and go back to go play for the Giants. And Sam Huff has a brilliant career with the Giants and eventually goes to Washington. And the collaborative partnership that he formed with Tom Landry and Jim Lee Howe, they were unified in what the team was doing. And the team members, the players, really responded to that and loved the direction that the team was going and end up winning a championship in 56. And he laid the foundation for future success. He was such a motivator and such a good coach as a coordinator. He got his opportunity in Green Bay to become a head coach. And look what he did there. Look at all the championship games and the first two Super Bowls that they won. The Packers were a winning team almost every year that Lombardi was there. And when he left, they were at the peak of their performance. And he really turned Washington, the Redskins, around. And he only had that 1 year to do it before he got the cancer and was no longer able to do it and passed. And God, he was successful in 3 different franchises and turning their fortunes around and really motivating the team because he was a great leader, a great innovator, and he knew football. So that's the story of Vince Lombardi. And yes, he was a part of the New York Giants' success and a part of their 100-year anniversary. Join us for more of Giants history coming up in future weeks. Every Monday, we talk about the Giants and the 100th anniversary in 2024. Make sure you do us a favor, subscribe to this channel if you like it, and tell your friends to listen to New York Giants 100 every Monday and more on pigskindispatch.com and the Pigskin Dispatch YouTube channel. Till next time, everybody, have a great gridiron day.